Good morning. Hi, Juliana. Hi, Roseanne. Who do we have? Hi, Julia. Did you hear the babies? Geometric 38. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Betty. Hi, Mom. Good morning, you guys. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, they're giggling at the moment, so we'll hold our breaths. Oh, good. Yeah, it may not be up much longer. Hey, Tanya. Let's get some of our book while we have the chance. They were a little bit fussy this morning, but they're in it. Sesame Street has their attention right now, so we might have 15 or 20 minutes. Has anybody on here read Marcus Aurelius? He's a philosopher from Roman times. 22 minutes, that's what we've got. We better hurry. Right. That might be about what we have, too. Kids make life completely unpredictable, especially toddler kids. Do you know these guys aren't even 2 and they're huge? They're hip high already. How can they be that tall? Okay, Marcus Aurelius chimes in. I'm just going to dive right in. Yeah, they're super smart too. Like, it's weird. I would put them more at 3 if I didn't know them, except for the talking. You know, they're talking at 2-year-old. But their body size, they're like 3-year-old kids already. Which makes it hard to pick them up when they want to be 2. Windows. Aaron, the crowns and the title are for you. They're advanced and hi, Tina. And they're a little snotty nosed. Hold on. Grab a nose on her way past. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, let's jump in. Okay, I didn't get the lid. Off. Oh, yep. Thank you for bringing it back. There you go. Oh, here you go. Alrighty. They have little squeezy packet food things, which sometimes end up in their mouths and sometimes end up like finger paint on the floor, which is really disgusting. So Marcus Aurelius chimes in. Let's just go. I've long been inspired by the private diaries of the 2nd century Roman emperor. Yeah, right. Marcus Aurelius. The wise philosopher king never intended that his meditations be published, but I'm grateful that they were, as am I. If you haven't read him, read him. You can get collections of his writings on Kindle and Nook for, usually less than $5. I find it encouraging to watch this brilliant man 2,000 years ago trying to keep up his motivation to be creative, brave, and searching. His frustrations and his self-cajoling sound amazingly contemporary, or maybe just eternal and universal. Where's that packet of food? You can't have this one. That one's Sister's.
What's that?
That's Sister's. Here you go. You can hear him working through all the same questions we all have to work through. Why am I here? What have I been called to do? How am I getting in my own way? How can I best live out my destiny? I especially love Marcus fighting his perfectionism in order to get back to working on his writing regardless of the results. Hold on. Here you go. Ew. Ew. Always with the nose. Okay. So he was a perfectionist and he fought it. She's blowing her nose on a kitchen washcloth. Oh well, whatever. Better than her clothes. Or me. Do what nature demands, he writes to himself. Get a move on if you have it in you. Yeah, so gross. They're so gross. And don't worry if anyone will give you credit for it, okay? So do your work and don't worry about getting credit. It's a start, yeah. I'm happy that she's blowing it on a something that not clothing and not my leg, which is where her other favorite place is to wipe her nose. Don't go expecting Plato's Republic. Be satisfied with even the smallest progress and treat the outcome of it all as unimportant. Okay, so this is like 2nd century Rome. I don't know what year that would be. And he's writing about the same things that we talk about every day. Doing your work. Don't worry about who gets credit for it. Don't worry about where it goes. Treat the outcome of it all as unimportant. Please tell me I'm not the only one who finds it endearing and encouraging that a legendary Roman philosopher would say, it's okay not to be Plato. Good morning. Really, it's okay. Just keep working. Through the mere act of creating something, anything, you might inadvertently produce work that is magnificent, eternal, or important. Don't worry if it's crap. Just do it. Yes, definitely. Oh, yeah. So, you might produce work like that too, as Marcus Aurelius did, after all, with his meditations. You might not, on the other hand. But, I mean, if you think about it, he wasn't writing to, he was just writing down his thoughts. I mean, we basically have his journal. Sometimes, hi Cynthia, if your calling is to make things, then you still have to make things in order to live out your creative potential and also in order to remain sane. How have you been? Possessing a creative mind, after all, is something like having a border collie for a pet. Do you guys know border collies? They're like the poster children of ADHD in the dog world. It needs to work or else it will cause you an outrageous amount of trouble. Give your mind a job to do or else it will find a job to do and you might not like the job it invents. Eating the couch, digging a hole, biting the mailman. It has taken me years to learn this, but it does seem to be the case that if I'm not actively creating something, then I am probably actively destroying something, okay? Think about that. If you're not actively engaged in the creative process, you may be actively destroying in a different area of your life, yourself, a relationship, your own peace of mind. Yeah, something to think about. You can pull that out. Keep going. You've almost got it. Speaking of destroying. Toddler. Here. There. Better? Okay. Actively creating or actively destroying. Right. You can do it, tiny human. Kendrala. Oh, Miss K 1284. Cool. I think that's true. I think if you're not creating, you can fall into obsessive thought patterns, obsessing on a problem or obsessing on a, hi Nina, obsessing on a situation at work or your, state of your bank account or whatever, and really chew on yourself just like a border collie will chew its paws if it doesn't have something to do. Hi. So you give it something to do or it's going to make you pay. It's going to find something to do. That's why I say that to people all the time. Like, don't try and squash energy down. If you're labeling it negative and you don't want it, don't try to squash it down because it's going to pop out somewhere and then you're not going to be happy where and when it comes out and slaps you in the face. Take control of it, direct your energy. That I feel like is the appropriate job for the mind, is to direct things, find things to do, follow the creative impulse, and then find the method with with which or in which the arena to create in. For God's sake, just do something. Don't sit around chewing on yourself or problems that can't be solved, because if you chew on a problem that can't be solved long enough, your mind will give up and start to sink into depression. For some people, if the mind can't resolve an issue, it will give up and get depressed. So the obsession stuff is trying to solve the issue over and over and over and over as best it can, the brain. I can't quite remember the name of that book. I think it's The Mindful Way Through Depression. It talks about that if the brain can't solve a problem, it will slip into helplessness. And then, you have depression following on the heels of that. So give your mind problems to solve. Learning a new language is solving a problem, and learning anything new. Nice! Erin's dressing up for perfume, or dressing up for creativity by applying perfume. No, we're reading this book. You have your book. Go get your book. This one's my book. You can have your book. That's not going to be acceptable. Come on, creativity. I put on perfume for you. I've applied makeup. My things, yes. Avery's the one today that is going through that thing where nothing is satisfying. Doesn't matter what you give her. She's not happy with it. I'm sure we're all familiar with that state of mind. It doesn't go away just because you're 20 or 40 or 60. We're still actually just 2. So, right? You're like, I don't want this. No, I don't want that either. I firmly believe we all need to find something to do in our lives that stops us from eating the couch. Whether we make a profession out of it or not, we all need an activity that is beyond the mundane and takes us out of our established and limiting roles in society. Hi, Carrie. Mother, employee, neighbor, brother, boss, etc. We all need something that helps us to forget ourselves for a while, to momentarily forget our age, our gender, our socioeconomic background, duties, failures, and all we have lost and screwed up. I often need to take breaks from thinking about what I've screwed up. We need something that takes us so far out of ourselves that we forget to eat, to pee, to mow the lawn, to resent our enemies. We forget to brood over our own insecurities. Woo! Prayer can do that for us. Community service can, sex can, exercise can, and substance abuse can most certainly do it, albeit with god-awful consequences. I've said this to you guys a million times, that most addicts I've ever met were frustrated creatives. Creative people with nowhere to put that energy, or creative people that learned that, unfortunately, the first method they learned was some kind of substance, and now they don't have any alternatives. So a lot of addiction treatment is finding alternatives and finding places to put that creative energy. I'm not giving you that book. You can't have it. You want something else? No. No. Did you hear her say, no? No. I said I wanted that book. You can have this. Or you can throw a fit on the floor. That's okay. I'm all right either way. Here you go. So we may have a fit in just a second. She is really cute. I am so horrible. I'm such a bitch. I won't. She's not getting her hands on this book. She can have a lot. She can't have this one. Okay. Hold on. You're okay. You're okay. Oh, you're okay. That chair fell. Did that chair throw you on the floor? Oh, here you go. There you go. And here you go. And here you go. See? Lots of books. The chair threw that one out on the floor. Welcome to Toddlerland. Oops. You okay? Here. I think you're okay. Nope. Where was I? Nope. Nope, you can't have this one. You can have this. It is. It's hard when you're a toddler. It's hard to be the... We're out. It was the first thing I looked for when I got here. I honestly should have picked up a bag before I got here. Because there's no veggie straws. I couldn't believe it. How about chalk? You want one more? Try and chalk. If they color on the walls with chalk, it doesn't matter so much. I think we've just got a whiny day ahead of us. Oh well. Let's see if we can get another paragraph in here. We were talking about addictions. No, I already gave you one. Yeah. Now they say nope. Let's see. Nope. I already gave you a squeeze pouch, and I don't know what you did with it, and I'm not giving you another one. She gives me the big blue eyes. What? You didn't give me a squeezy pouch. Alright, let's see. Perhaps creativity's greatest mercy is this. By completely absorbing our attention for a short and magical spell, it can relieve us temporarily from the dreadful burden of being who we are. Best of all, at the end of your creative adventure, you have a souvenir. Something that you made, something to remind you forever of your brief but transformative encounter with inspiration. That's what my books are to me, souvenirs of journeys that I took, which I managed blessedly to escape myself for a little while. Pitiful. They will. They're going to come the last day and be a part of the despacho ceremony. It's so hard to be two. I can't, baby. I can't just keep handing you that stuff so you can, because then what happens? Nope. Here. Come here. Oh, it's pitiful. Oh, it's so pitiful. No. Yep. Sorry. So. No. Here it comes. Here comes the meltdown. Sometimes you just gotta cry. It is hard not to get what we want. She probably does, but she's taken to swatting the phone off the tripod. She's gonna take a little nap on the floor now. It's just that quick, right? It could be just that quick for us. We don't get what we want. We scream a little bit. And then we go back to playing with our crayon. With an occasional whimper. We have to make such a big deal out of all of it, don't we? I don't know that we're going to get much further. Yes, me too. Instant forgiveness, absolutely. They're a great example of rolling with the punches. Okay. The frustrating part about this situation when she does this is as soon as I turn the phone off, she runs off in another room and plays. Well, you want a cracker? I'll try one more thing before we give it up. Right, we just bury it and then it gets worse. We'll try one more thing? No. Pop. Here. Here. Okay. We got out the junk food crackers, but I don't think that's going to work either. Here you go. Nope. How about that? Here you go. All right. Oh boy. Exactly. You miss toddler days, Tanya. I don't like toddlers. I love them. They're my granddaughters. Of course I love them. But I like teenagers. So I've got a long way to go. Yeah, Nina the same. I'm like, not me. She is so sweet. Oh my God. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. 2 days a week is all I can do. Oh, I will totally trade. See? Just sitting and crying for no reason at all. Alright, I should go. I bet they do. There's nothing happening to you. There's nothing happening. Oh. Okay. Well, we got a few minutes in, and good luck to everyone today who's trying to create. If you're doing hard things today, good luck to you. See you later from Twinland. I love you guys. Thanks, Saren. Thank you, you too. Okay. All right, bye.